Good morning, students. Welcome back to this online class. We are taking a Torudat, our Casuina tree. This is now we move to the fourth stanza. The last stanza, the third one, she says that it is unknown. Unknown lands it may reach. She picks up the same word unknown, but here it is related to something else. In the previous line, it means the unknown land means the foreign lands. The tree is there in India, while Torudat at that time she is in Italy or in France, somewhere in a foreign land. But even to that unknown land, the lamentation, that eerie speech of the tree has reached. Here, unknown is used in another sense. So, unknown yet well known to the eye of faith. When I say that I can see the image of the tree rising in my mind when I remember my brother and sister, when I say that I hear a strange lamenting sound weeping with me, these things are very strange because there is no proof. We can say these things are supernatural. If you think in logic, if you think applying your mind, perhaps you will say that these things cannot be true. So they are unknown to the world of mind, but to the world of heart, to the world of emotion, they are well known. Your mind may not believe in these things, but heart knows that these things are possible. Yet well known to the eye of faith. Eye of faith is the eye of that emotional bondage between the tree, the deceased brother and sister, and our poetess. So these things may appear very strange to you if you think in scientific terms or you apply your mind, but if you have the emotional heart, in your heart you will believe that all these things are true. So unknown yet well known to the eye of faith. I have heard that wail far, far away in distant lands by many a sheltered bay, when slumbered in his cave the water wraith, and the waves gently kissed the classical shore. This stanza it's slightly typical in comparison to the previous stanzas. Previous stanzas were just the description of natural beauty or they were descriptive. Here she is talking about something absurd. What thing happens in her heart? So I have heard that wail far, far away. It is not that I have heard that weeping of the tree for the first time. I have heard that cry, that grieved cry of the tree in far, far away lands, by many a sheltered bay, where there are many bays, where there are many harbors. So we can say that she is talking about some seashore areas. Italy, France, England, they are situated near the sea. So there are many beaches, many seashores in those countries. She gives a romantic picture of the seashore when slumbered, when is sleeping. In his cave, the water wraith. Wraith for spirit. Here, spirit is used in good sense. So we can say the water spirit, the sea spirit, Samudra ka devta. So when the water spirit, the sea spirit has gone to take rest in his cave, sea spirit uh, has gone to take rest in his cave, and the waves gently kissed the classic shore of France or Italy. She is talking about the area of France or Italy. So she is there on the seashore, on the beaches of France or Italy, and there, when the time is of night or the time is of evening, because at the time of evening, the movement in the water bodies become very slow. The ponds, the pools, even the river starts flowing very gently. The roughness, the noise of the water is no more when it is evening. So when it is evening, the spirit of the sea god, he has gone to take rest in his cave. And as the water spirit is gone, the waves become gentle. The waves gently kiss the shore. Waves are not making much noise. And I'm talking about the seashore of France or Italy. So when I was in France and Italy, and it was the time of evening, there was a peace, a quietness, a silence on the beach, as if the sea god, after being tired, working so hard throughout the day, he has gone to his cave to take rest. And thus the waves have stopped their noising play. They are not now making the swishing sound striking against the singled beach, but they have also become quiet and gentle. Beneath the moon, under the moon is in the sky. Earth lay tranced in a dreamless swoon. Even the earth is drowsy and it is enjoying dreamless sleep. Soon actually means unconsciousness. So the earth has lost its consciousness. It means that the activities on the earth, the activity made by people living on the earth, the activities made by animals living on the earth, the birds living on the earth, all these have stopped their activity, because when it is night, even the earth goes to sleep, and earth is enjoying a deep sleep, a sound sleep. In sound sleep we do not have any dreams. So the earth is enjoying a sound sleep, the sea god is enjoying a sound sleep. Everything is quiet, everything is silent, everything is peaceful. And whenever I was in this type of atmosphere, sitting by the sea in France or Italy, what happened? Every time the music rose, Before mine inner vision rose a form sublime, thy form, O tree, as in my happy prime I saw thee in my own loved native clime. In that atmosphere, I was always reminded of my brother and sister. And as soon as I started thinking about them, the image of the tree arose before my eyes. As soon as my heart was full of sad feelings, full of sadness for my brother and sister, that eerie speech, that dirge like music arose in my mind. And before mine inner vision, before my inner eyes, there was that sublime. Sublime is the best, the perfect, Utkrisht. There was that form, that shape. It was your form. It was your sound, O tree. I saw you before the eyes of my soul. I saw you in my heart as I have seen you in my native land, as I have seen you in my house garden in Kolkata, as in my happy prime during those days of my childhood, as I have seen you full of those flowers visited by birds and bees, full of music in day, full of music in a night, and your that shadow on that trunk, and all those things, that monkey sitting on the top branch of you, all these things, all these images, they arose before my eyes. So I see you as clearly I have seen you in my home, in my own loved native clime. Clime is atmosphere. So in my homely atmosphere, when I was there in my house garden, I was playing with my brother and sister. I and you were also our companion. So whenever I'm sad about my brother and sister, especially when it is evening, especially when I was away from home, especially when there was silence and peace and quietness all around, the time of evening, maybe evening was the favorite time for them to play under that tree. So whenever I remember my brother and sister, your image is there in my memory. Whenever my heart is heavy with the memory of those past days, I feel that you are also weeping with me, and it has happened for so many times. Thus, in these lines, the wailing of the tree, which is unknown but known to the eye of faith, it has been heard by the poetess in distant countries of France and Italy, uh, when the spirit of water and the sea waves, they gently touched the old shores of those classical countries, France and Italy. The night, the time of night, under the moon, when the earth is motionless, sleeping motionless, as if in a state of unconsciousness, with no disturbance of any kind of dream. At all times, when the music was heard by the poetess, she saw the form of the Kazuna tree before her inner vision, as concrete as she had seen it in her house garden. The vision of the tree was seen by the poetess as she had seen the tree in the happy time of her childhood with her brother and sister in the native region, native land of Kolkata. We will take the final stanza in our next class because it will also be a bit longer one, and then we will have the critical appreciation of the poem. So thanks very much and see you in our next class.